My AI just changed. It just buzzed the front gate. Thank God you came. How many more days could I wait? I made plans with you, and I won't let them fall through. I think I lied for you.
Good morning. Welcome in. Oh my God, I woke up with a little headache. Listen, I woke up with a headache. I woke up with a headache, but that don't still mean that the live that I had for today around lunchtime, mommy content ain't happening. It's happening. But right now, before I do mommy content and do what I do, I'm going to have to get into this right here and do a breakdown really quick, because I see a lot of people sitting here saying that, oh, she's overcharged and this and that. She's not. I actually read the news report, and whatever they found and had the grand jury listen to, that's when it was determined that it was not. It wasn't just because they had to make that. They had to do this with the grand jury, because the fact was that when they go forward with this and what they have and what they found, toxicology report, it was. I want to say, I said this in my live before, I'm going to say it again. I understand 45, 47, whatever the hell the wannabe king of the world that want to change and put his name on everything is a felon, and y'all think, oh yeah, it don't work that way. I really need y'all to put your head out the box. Take your glasses off. That's why I think I need to keep doing my political talk and this talk every day, because I see it's a lot of loopholes of y'all don't understand. So we're doing a breakdown because shout out to I was listening to her, and like she said, yes, it is different states that have different laws, right? And that goes with who is in your judicial system, and I think your Congress, which is your Congress, right? So if I'm not mistaken, that's who makes some of y'all laws, get them passed, whatever they feel is right for the people. So yes, that's going to happen. Another thing is this. Y'all got to understand, this is the second thing. This is election time. Whatever crime you do, they're throwing a book at your tail. I'm telling you, this is why. Even though, it's not a major election, no, but it is election. We're coming up for primary. You might have been treating it like it's a major election for a reason, okay? As I sip my coffee. You don't want to do a crime at this moment. The crime that you do, and I was just looking at 532 Chicago, they just arrested somebody else. So what I said about making room for the people they have to arrest, yes. So no, there's no such thing as overcharge, none of that. Can this be, we got to do our job? Absolutely. We got to start sending a message out? Absolutely. If we want all the federales and the ICE sent out them out, absolutely, you got to start doing that job. Chicago finna start cracking down. I don't know how to tell you. We got to start doing it. All right. So we're going to go through a breakdown. I'm going to do it for an hour. Not going to be on here that long. But I promise you, the next time we have this conversation, it's going to be longer than an hour. Because now that things are coming into place, and I want y'all to understand of what's going to start to show what really happened. It's going to start let me tell y'all what's going to be as we go along towards this trial. Now, the young lady had a court this morning. Well, my time is 11 o'clock, so she probably done been in there, in court at 30 minutes, or she probably waiting to be seen to see what's going to happen. I don't think she's going home, even though she don't have this and that, some stuff. Okay, well, she got this, but it don't that. So what they're going to start doing now with the investigation, and the DA is going to do, is they're going to start looking at, was this what it was, and what can we charge her? So when I told y'all when they investigated, they were looking at, okay, if you did this and did that, then why was this? There was something that happened to where, and I was listening under content creators, they were saying, well, she didn't get served that restraining order. And I was like, why not? Something happened to where that restraining order didn't get served. Now, one thing I put in mind what I was listening to yesterday, speaking on Romika cousin, she said, remember the girl that was like, oh, I did a restraining order, this and that, they this and that. That girl got arrested for making a lie for getting a restraining order. Now, I'm going to tell you something. People were saying that people can't do that and they do get charged, right? Here is the thing. They're backtracking this whole situation and they're going to go deep. We're going to see every little nook and cranny that nobody knew, meaning they had that evidence and they didn't put it out to the public. You're not going to see that till the trial. But the way it looks like to me, baby, that restraining order did not stick for a reason. And it was lies told. And it's going to expose them. I understand when it comes to people, family, oh, this is my, but let's just be clear. Now, word on the street is that Holly was trained by a family member. We're going to get into that. And I was trained by my daddy, but you don't see me out here doing that. And not my daddy telling me to go get proper training. I'm just saying. So let's get down into it, y'all. All right. So they did a news press release this morning. I knew they would. They did a new, hey Teresa, they did a new release press this morning. I'm sure they didn't do a press conference. Usually they do. They probably won't do a press conference until after today. They figured out what the deal is. They probably do a press conference. Excuse me, then, every state is different. But it does say where her offender. Oh, I hope I ain't put her address. That's probably where they picked her up at. But the detention hearing was at 2600 California, December 4, 2025. The above offender was arrested by members of the Chicago Police Department on December 3rd, 2025 at 12:12 p.m. So that's why it took us so long to be processed, because she got there by lunchtime. Everybody was leaving, doing their breaks, whatever the case. In the 9200 block of West Senate Drive in Des Plaines, Illinois, she was identified as an offender who in September 8, 2025, approximately 9:06 a.m., fatally shot a 31-year-old female victim in the 000 block of West Cermak Road, 1st District. The offender was placed into custody and charged accordingly. No additional information is available at this time. So when they got her, she was booked probably like 12:30, 1 o'clock. So remind you, there are shift changes for breaks and lunches. There are things being distributed, things got to make sure, whatever it is for the inmates and workers, right? So it took a while because number one is shift changes. She got to go through asking questions, fingerprints, all the nine. So basically, that took some long for it to come out. It takes a while for the database. She already had got her picture. She got her fingerprints. She already got, whatever was needed. Whatever tattoos, they ask her questions and, hey, you on medication, you got this, you got that. They ask stuff like that. It's normal. So yeah, that was going to take a minute because, people moving around, doing things, doing other things, holding her, trying to see what her court date is. It's a process. So yeah, we weren't going to get this mugshot till later. Now, somebody looked this up. And they say you cannot bond out on a first-degree murder charge in Chicago, Illinois, because of the Safety Act eliminates cash bonds, and judges will typically detain defendants charged with such a serious felony. Under the system, release is determined by a judge based on whether the defendant is a flight risk or poses a danger to the community, not their ability to pay bail. And that is true. I think, yes. And I'm going to say this. I like that for Illinois. I'm going to tell you why. We see a lot of people in different states, and other states might have this, where they can bond out, or they be like, hey, we're not going to give you a bond. We're going to take this to trial. Now, some people do bond out, or they'll make the bond to where they can't bond out. You see what I'm saying? So 9 times out of 10, I don't think like I said before, I don't think she's coming home. I don't think she's coming home, y'all. I don't. And that's just me. Now, can she? Yeah, but I don't think so. Now, I was sitting down thinking like maybe she'll get probably. Hold on, what's going on? Hold on, y'all. Something popped up. I thought, what was the goddamn Gemini? Okay. Hey, thank you, discussion board. I think that, like I said, this is primary election time. Most of them judges, they want to keep their seats. I don't think none of them folks that got picked up yesterday on M charges is going home today. I don't. I don't care how you cut it, flip it, rub it. I don't think so. I don't think so. I was always told, baby, don't do nothing. Don't you do no crime. Don't do not a goddamn nothing. Nothing. While you nothing. I used to be like, why? It's election time. You don't do a goddamn thing. And I took heed to that. My mama ain't lied. My mama ain't lied at all. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get to where I found that one that I was looking for. But I can't find it. Let me see. I know what I was looking for. Hold on. I don't think they updated it yet, but I'm going to come back because I want to see. Because people were saying it could be more charges. However, whatever happens today between prosecutors and whatever happens between whoever her lawyer is. Whoever her lawyer is. And that determines on them what they want to do. Because of the fact is, trust me, this I already know it's heating up. Whoever is her lawyer and whatever prosecutor got this case, I wish you nothing but the best. Baby, y'all, oh my God. Yes, they don't play. Me either. Okay. My thing is, I don't know who I'm gonna say this. Whoever got this case, I pray for y'all. The holidays coming up. I hope they got the money. This is around the clock. This isn't, and I want to say this, y'all. This isn't over. She her lawyer. She no, baby. This is around the clock work. Them funds, you gonna have to start paying. It's expensive, especially with this case. Depends on what she's facing. We know first degree, right? So they say it's usually 20 years. What it was, 20? Let me look it up. First degree. I know it's a felony charge. Child, this, Jesus. Whew. Because I just had it. I should have kept it on my screen and saved it. Because I know it's going to be a firearm charge. I know that. So that's 60 years in prison. What, she's 32? That's till she's 90. Hey. That's a first, yeah, that's till she, and it depends on what Illinois want to give her or the prosecutors say that they want to go for. This case, I'm telling y'all finna see a lot of stuff come out. Y'all gonna hear a lot of stuff come out. But when I was reading the article yesterday from the news station, which is Fox, first of all, I'm gonna say this. I know we don't like Fox, I know. But if it wasn't for the woman that worked for Tia who worked at Fox, I don't think we would have got the truth, because we all know about Fox, right? And when I read it and it was in detail, I say, oh yeah, we're gonna go over that. Once I look for what I'm looking for real quick, we finna go over that. I still don't see her. I'm gonna have to wait. It's a mug shop, but it's hard to find her because I think we're looking up something else. Because I want to see if they updated some of her charges of what it is so far. I'm on the right one. I'm going to have to keep this one open. Because I believe she'll have like 2 separate charges, one for firearm. I know that for sure. I'm going to have to go through and dig. I can't dig right now. But let's go to the Chicago News real quick. Because when I read it out yesterday, I say, oh, wow. Let's go to it. Hold on. Here we go. These goddamn ads. Now, come on, Fox 9. All that money y'all got as a corporate, as a hoe. All these goddamn ads. You don't need no ads. I'm sorry. God damn it. Come on, bro. Well, now I want to act funky. Oh, Fox. Okay, I'm sorry. Give me a minute, y'all. Why is it? Details of what happened, right? But then there was a key part in here that I say, oh, okay. Where is it? She told family the suspect was a charge. Okay. When they said that they did the investigation, the part that got to me was when Tia put this. I think Tia wrote it. I don't know. Tia probably told whoever wrote this. It said something about the protective order gets dated back to December, and as recently as this past summer, the family the orders were an attempt to create a paper trail. And I was like, okay. So they said that she was set for trial. I'm gonna go to Tia page on Facebook also. Let me stop sharing. But I was just like thinking to myself, the paper trail. Did everybody say, well, she was a paper trail? When I first heard about this paper trail, I say, why is a hard time with this paper trail? Like, you creating alleged paper trail, but it's nothing said. And then when they go allegedly went to court, it was said that they both had some issues towards each other of why it was that, but it was not what people thought it was. I think that Facebook page that acted like it Romika was created from her. Oh, somebody said something. So Quadjay went live. They say Quadjay said that Holly was never supposed to get on YouTube, and she was told that if there was something she was supposed to say, it was supposed to go through him, and told on himself. We knew it was coming from. The man said, chin up, Holly. Get with somebody in there that could protect you, because Romika got people in there already. This is pure comedy. He blaming the auntie for Holly. Child, I'm blaming her. That is a grown-ass woman. First of all, I told y'all, nobody was supposed to speak on her behalf, and nobody, including her, was supposed to say anything. Pure instructions of her lawyer, and it got her locked up. Did I lie? Nope. Nope. And I don't want to hear. I love y'all, but I don't want to hear. Well, what is she supposed to do? She got to shut up. Did you see Akira bring her tail on here and talk? Brene let go of her lawyer because she wanted to run her mouth. And what has it cost her? $1.75 million. When your attorney that you were paying for and saying, shut up, you shut up. It's the reason why lawyers tell their clients. Because when they do things like this to affect their case and know they're fighting a case, they're going to obviously mess up the case. So now she made her lawyer job a lot harder. And if I was her lawyer, I would be pissed. I would be pissed. I got to work harder because of you. Nobody told you to make a YouTube and say what you said. Nobody told you to make a page. Nobody told y'all to harass nobody. So now I got to work harder because of you. I ain't feeling for Holly and her folks. I'm feeling for the baby and the lawyer. Because when it comes to stuff like this, when y'all legal team tell y'all to shut up and anybody around y'all, it is for a reason. It's not because they just talk. No, this is straight facts. This is how she got herself out there also. Lawyers don't work for free. This is why they have y'all pay all that damn money. I know the lawyer getting in their ass because, well, if she would have been quiet, let me do my job. Caught that tea. They still talking. So, do she have a lawyer? Because she moving like she ain't got a lawyer in place. I'm sorry. I don't know what lawyer she got, but if she got a good lawyer, I'm just telling you from facts and from what I know. Shout out to my girl, Simone Goodwine. She would tell her clients not to say anything. You not just like with Milagro Graham, she could not say nothing. She couldn't keep speaking on stuff. Y'all see that she wasn't even on her channel like that. She couldn't talk. She could talk about certain stuff, but she couldn't talk about that. And that's how it go. Ain't nobody above the law. I understand, like I said before. Understand Cankles got y'all thinking, yeah, he above it. I am too. No, baby. Wait. What the hell? What she went missing? Oh, I remember her. Oh, I'll talk about that later. Let me share that before I share my screen. Okay, y'all. I'm finna share my screen. Give me one moment. So, let me go. No, I don't want a new message. Okay. Come on. I don't want to see that. Hold on, y'all. No. Okay. Put that down. So, Mike Brown, aka Brown Mike. Shout out to him. It's so freaking hot in here. He posted this. And a while back when I talked about it, I know y'all heard it from another live, but it was some things that I read that I'm just going to speak out on the key points. First of all, before I get into it, I had already said that, oh, forgive me, because I ain't trying to shade nobody, but it's the truth. He said something in here that I agreed with, that I said before. And I said when I was in another content creator live, I noticed how she had this person, not the content creator, the aunt, was rooting for her niece over some damn bags. Let me sip my coffee. And this is why I advocate for women to not root for them bags and to get their own bags. Because you don't want to be in situations like this. And it struck me to why all of this played a part. I just had an argument about Scotty and Lemmy, and I guess people was showing him what content creators said, and he was like, "Nobody know how we love." All right, Lemmy, whatever. Anyway, Lemon Pepper, don't piss me off. But y'all gotta understand, women that don't have a value of things for themselves, and they get a man they never had to do those things and overshadow the situation for them to do what they want to do, um, they sit in things a little longer because they never gave that to themselves. Like if he would have took on the trip and did something wrong, she wouldn't have cared. But if it was a bag, oh my God, I gotta, baby, get your own, ladies, young girls that's listening, get your own motherfucking Birkins, your own Chanel. Take yourself on them trips so nobody got to manipulate you with them things. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Because Rose, and you got to buy yourself flowers. There's nothing wrong with a man buying you flowers, but you got to ask yourself, is he buying me this because he did something wrong yesterday, or is he buying me this because he know I love flowers? Now, if he has brought you flowers regardless of what he did and whatever, and every day that's your thing, that's fine. But all of a sudden you got roses after he effed up yesterday over that argument or whatever, and you got them the next day, don't let that woo you, because that's what the tap is going to be. He said you can't out train a violent culture. That is, I agree. You can't teach a pride-based operating system, and you can't introduce walkaway at 25 when it was modeled at 5. It wasn't modeled at 5. This is why trauma-informed and firearm education matters. This is why culture and training have to meet, and this is why cases like this keep happening. She was charged. We're watching another tragic unfold. 2 lives gone before a verdict is even reached. Most of the same avoided issues. This man also said in one of his posts, in his comment, he said that yes, he said that even though he's telling y'all he don't even think she gonna go out. He's been sitting in here with these folks that he done trained, didn't take the class right, didn't pay attention. He know that girl ain't finna walk. He know that girl ain't finna walk. This man is telling you. Read it for yourself. He telling you, nah, baby. He knows she ain't finna walk. 2 lives gone by a verdict before a verdict is even reached. Yeah, he already know. Yeah, that ain't happening. I don't think that's going to happen. That's what he's saying. I don't think that's going to happen. But the real story isn't the headline. It's the culture behind it. He's right. No matter how many times we drill it to folks, when they cannot pew, you will never out-train a violent culture, and the culture stay reckless. The decisions will still be reckless. Her CCW instructor was a relative. He found that out too. Maybe she was not trained well, maybe not. Cannot say. I'm going to say this. I don't think she was trained at all. I think because she told her relative she got something on some. This is my opinion. This is all alleged. All alleged, but this is what I all alleged. Okay, I don't got Jesse's voice singing allegedly. I'm gonna have to ask her, can I use that? This is all alleged. This is my opinion of what I think. This don't mean it happened. Now, if it come out and say it did, they ain't got shit to do with me. This is my process of thought, my opinion. This is what I think. This is not, oh, girl. No, this is my, I'm going to say it again, my process of thought, allegedly my opinion. I think that when they find out that she did, that she went and told her family that she supposed allegedly, it felt like she was threatened, or the threats or whatever that allegedly happened with Romika. I don't even think that's true. I feel like there's some loopholes in there because the mom nobody else in the family came out and said nothing. That's my opinion. But when that was said, they all came out and they said, let's call cousin Ray Pookie, Deshaun, Tyrone, who is an instructor, and let's go ahead and say he trained you and get you to have your CCW license. Remind you, the relative is going to be subpoenaed. Okay? Remind you, the relative is going to be subpoenaed. So, yeah, I think that's what happened. This is my opinion, and this is allegedly. Oh, I got a Shane order. You know that girl threatened me. You know I'm finna go see him. You know I gotta let him see the baby. Oh, I gotta. Oh, okay then. Well, cause I'm a. Allegedly. Let's continue. That's what I think happened. You can get mad. I don't, but that's my thought. Maybe she would, maybe not. Can't say, but no amount of class or range time can fix untrained emotions. Maybe she learned the laws. Maybe she learned technique. She's from, for what I heard, Wisconsin. And I told y'all in a live when I talked about this before, Illinois don't honor Wisconsin laws, which is a next door state. They do not honor it. I read when it comes to certain like their gun laws and stuff, they don't honor it because, hey, Cancer 66, I don't think Wisconsin and Illinois have two different laws, so they don't go by it. She went by allegedly. She's supposed to have been in whatever, but I don't think she was in criminal justice. Now, from what I saw, Romika was, and then Romika went to be a nurse. And whatever happened with Romika not finishing, I don't know. But if she was, she would learn what they'll tell her because my mom had took it. She didn't finish. She went to go do, being a nurse, and then she jumped to pharmacy tech for a while. Great money, by the way. Great, easy job. Really. You just got to know your medications. But because with criminal justice, it's a lot that entail to it. And it's a lot that you have to know because you not just have to know your laws, your state laws, but you do have the opportunity to know you got to know the constitutional rights. You got to know all that stuff. You got to know who's what, who in place, and you got to know the laws of the United States of the goddamn America. Yes, I said it. Because your state laws and the country laws kind of entwine in a way. Like those people that sit up there and say, hey, district this, hey, district this and that, right? But anyway, I don't think she was. Because she would have known what to do and what not to do. If she was, she would know Chicago with Illinois' law as well. She don't know their laws. I don't think she know their laws. Because she would have known her going over there. They don't go by Wisconsin laws. I read it myself. They do not honor. They don't honor. They said it. They do not honor. So that's another thing they were looking at as well. Oh, okay, well, bye. Just want to be nosy. But what she didn't learn is what destroys us the most. How to manage conflict, how to detach from toxic relationships, how to regulate emotions under pressure, how to walk away before the moment turns deadly. As a family educator and researcher, when family member is their concealed instructor, especially in our community, several predictable problems show up, and I put those in the comments. We're going to go to the comments in a minute, but there's the part that's going to hurt. But here's the part that's going to hurt. And your family didn't teach you how to choose a better man. This I agreed on because the comment that I seen in that chat, I said, oh, this makes sense. Well, if he doing this, then why you just can't shut up and deal with it? What the fuck you mean? What? Yeah, that's exactly what Auntie said. If he doing all of that, just shut up. You got me, girl, get the hell on. I don't give a damn how many. I don't care. My respect costs more than a bag, boo. My respect costs more than a bag. You gonna tell me you can't do what I asked you to do, what you want me to do, what you asked me to do? Get the hell on. Hell no. I'm sorry. I didn't agree with that. 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 I just can't. As a woman, I can't. I can't agree with that. But and I think he been paying attention to what a lot of people been saying and things. And I believe that, he been in chats and was like, yeah, that shit, I can't agree with that shit. You know what I'm saying? As a man, nobody ain't gonna agree with that. Teach you how to choose a better man and how to avoid the wrong ones. If you don't know what's going on behind closed doors, how are they going to teach you how not to create some chaos behind your own? I love when parents say, I taught my child everything they need to know. No, you didn't. You taught what you knew. That is so true. You didn't teach what you never learned. In that gap, that's where tragedy lived. Did he lie? Did he lie? No, he did not. We always say I did. This is why some parents say I did my best. I taught what I knew and everything, right? But we have to understand, and my mother understood, my father too, that even though they didn't want me to, that you have to learn on your own as an adult. You need to know that when you see things that does not fit who you are as an adult, to walk away. No matter who is knocking your head upside the headboard every night and it feels so good. Okay? Because it don't. It's just lust. This isn't about the pew. It's about the internal battles that we're never trained, never harmed, and never healed. Someone like Holly had probably had no business being with Carlos in the first place, but that's the real battlefield. Attachment without training, emotions without tools, relationship without readiness. We keep losing young men and women not to firearms, but to the dysfunctions that shaped them long before the pew was ever introduced. Until parenting evolves, culture won't change. And until culture changes, these tragedies continue. I said before in my live that the auntie gave to me, well, baby, if you shut up, maybe he won't do it no more. That's what it gave. And I keep telling y'all that attitude with that is going to get women in a lot of messed up situations. Exhibit A. Y'all got to stop that. When someone family member, so he said this about the family member, he said the training become emotional, not instructional. Family members often teach from a place of protection, not prevention. They hype you up instead of slowing you down. That is true. They reinforce your sense of being wrong instead of teaching you the law, restraints, and consequences. That's how a pew becomes an identity booster, not regulated tool. Most family members who teach aren't trauma informed. And in the Black community, trauma informed training is not the norm. So instead of teaching how your nervous system works under stress, how to regulate, how to step away, how to avoid ego based conflict, they teach bravado. They teach don't let them play with you. They teach have it on you. They don't teach the psychological of avoidance, disengagement, or emotional regulation. The family member who is teaching you concealed carry, especially in your community, are highly likely yet unconsciously reinforcing the unresolved conflicts you already carry. If you haven't learned to manage interpersonal conflict, or your instructor hasn't learned to teach beyond the mechanics, then the gun becomes your coping mechanism. That's exactly how you end up with a firearm responding to a personal trigger instead of a lethal threat. Family-based firearms instructions often lacks accountability. A professional instructor holds you to the law, to restraint, to standards, and somebody like me holds you to even higher. A family member even often tells you what they should do, and what they would do is often legally indefensible and emotionally impulsive. This is why those gassed up Black concealed carriers end up with charges and not protection. The training is incomplete. The mindset is incomplete. The emotional regulation piece is non-existent, and the cultural messaging encourages confrontation instead of avoiding. Speaking of the cultural message, and let's address that. And I'm going to get into that in a minute. This is why I say, hey, CC Life, that I feel like the Black and brown community have to go as a whole to therapy. There's a lot of things when I talk about triggers, and I'm going to do that when I go deep tomorrow. I was supposed to start today, but it's going to be tomorrow on going forward, about how it started from the slavery days of triggerness, right? So imagine those triggers being onto your children. And I'm gonna do a breakdown tomorrow about generational curse, because a lot of people think is, oh, well, you didn't obey God. That's not it. It's a lot to do with generational curses, your traumas and all that stuff deep down into curses as well. So I'm gonna do that part tomorrow. But he's not lying. He's not lying. He's not lying. What he's saying is true. And then they say some people don't even sit through training. And they said that someone said they heard that they didn't sit through training, and they heard, this is alleged, that the CC instructor, family, and friend just pushed the application through. He's saying, oh no, this is reality. This is definitely something that happens. He said, yeah, that's what happens. He said Black culture, broadly speaking, does not teach walk away. Not because Black people are naturally violent or confrontational, but because of the history. I just said that, and the survival logic our communities were built on, because we were built on survival. And this is why a lot of Black women are saying, take your case, Bob, and rest, because we were built on being strong. Don't cry. Hold it together. Don't say anything. You are strong. We're built off that. And it's okay to just fall and feel safe. We don't have, let me just keep it clear. Black community ain't got no safe standards. We're just learning to be safe within each other. And we're learning who to be safe around. Sometimes standing up for yourself don't mean pewing somebody. Sometimes standing up for yourself meaning don't be around them. Well, you can't sit here and say, well, they got a child too. Yeah, okay. But there are things that you can put in place if you care for the safety of your child. I'm not going over there. We can meet at a hotel. Like I said before, and I'll say it again, Carson was not a thought to her. He wasn't. Long as they together, he is a thought. And that's just my opinion. I see it all the time. Oh, we're going to talk about one of those mothers. I gave y'all plenty of examples of the hoe I've been fighting every day. We'll get into that. I ain't even going to put that on here. Yes. We'll go there. We almost time for that. We're going to go to Tia real quick. Do I want to play? Let me go to Tia page. Because I don't want to play. I think I'm going to play that tomorrow, because we're going to go deep diving some more. But I do want y'all to know this. I told y'all that when they lock her up, and I ain't lie, I did say it. I don't know what. I think I said it. I don't did lies or so much of this. I say it's going to be around the primary election time, and it's the wrong time to get into anything. Let me follow Miss Tia. First of all, I don't want nobody, and I'm going to stand up for Tia. I got to stand up for Tia. I got to stand up for her. First of all, shout out to Tia. I say shout out to her because I'm seeing people saying she not credible. Let me tell you something, baby. I have a family member that with the USL for media. I didn't finish, but I've learned the importance of this. I'm finna tell you straight like this. Let me clear my throat. This woman has a bachelor degree in media, mass communications, 4 years, 2 years intern, a year to 2 years. Please stop discrediting this Black woman that's in media. Y'all stop. There are plenty of people, even people on YouTube with a media degree, they just not on TV. Stop discrediting this woman. Hold on, let me go to it, because y'all can't You discrediting Tia is discrediting every black woman you see that holds an anchor on a TV that don't want her there. Stop, because you feel some type of way. You're discrediting the black man that sits there. These people are journalists. They have to get up because she work at a news station. This even with radio, because I even signed up for it. And shout out to Keita Rose, because she holds a degree in media communications. You got to get up at 4 a.m. You have to research. By the time you go there, you have an hour to research, an hour to get on here and make sure your stuff is right. So when I see people say she's not credible, she don't know. No, she is. She got to get up, wash her face, put her makeup on, and she got hair and makeup at the station. Come on here and get in front of this goddamn camera with what she just researched. She has a past that most of y'all don't have that can sit on here and say, I can get the information quicker than anybody else because I have media access. That's why it's important to have that, right? And YouTubers, you are media. So that means get your story straight, because the same thing just happened to Margot when they say, yes, she is media. She's media on YouTube. You got the right to get your pass. But here is the thing. You have to have your stuff in order, your information of what you're talking about. Stop discrediting this woman, because she is every woman. She is the Gayle King. She is so many of them that have open doors. It's not easy being in front of a camera at one of the most horrible companies that are targeting black people today. And she holding her head high, giving y'all the news. Just because it's the pretty girl, the one that want to have pretty privilege. Let's target this woman and her credibility. Get the fuck out of here. Stop. It's getting old. The skirt is showing. I don't like that. Because let me tell y'all why I don't like it. When I went, let me show you what they cover. And some of y'all don't do it. But y'all be on here 3-4 hours a day and y'all don't even know what y'all talking about, number one, and you're not covering the right way. So you can't call yourself something when you don't even cover something the right way. So media theory, digital media, and the societal impact of media. Cause and effect. I remember that one. Make sure your cause align with your effect, and make sure the cause of it aligns with the effect in the real time frame. So when you're covering something, you're supposed to give eyesight into somebody's mind in a play-by-play of what could have happened, when it happened, what time it happened, and why it happened. You have to understand that when you give out this information, this is why so many people get lawsuits. You have to, if you don't know deep into it, you have to use allegedly. That word covers you. A lot of people say it don't cover you, you still get a lawsuit, right? But let me tell you something that helps yours, because they're gonna say, well, they did say allegedly, and they did say, in my opinion. Key factor words are to push you to there. When I see somebody get on here bashing and saying all this stuff, to be honest with you, if she picked on a story with a celebrity big time and thinks she want to be Tasha K, she gonna be Tasha K sued. Let's go. Learn how media involved in its role and effects on society Analyze how media influences topics like political culture and body image. Gain hands-on experience creating content such as videos, podcasts, and digital media. Develop skills for various media formats. Let me see if I can pull up the key important things that deals with. Let me see. Because I named one of them. I'll never forget sitting in that class. And we had a whole test. They give you a test on it. They do. So, develop strong written and verbal communication skills to clearly and persuasively convey messages. Learn to adapt communication style for different platforms and content forms. Critical analyst, study communication theory to understand the history, process, and impact of media. This is why I say, I don't know who I was watching. And I did a story on it. I'm just trying to bypass time, y'all, because we're going to leave out here in an hour. And I said, it was about a crime. And it was political. That girl said that she was a media person. Do you know that woman answered that question so well to where that man told on himself? At the press conference at the White House. I said, give her a plaque. That's how you do it. When Gayle King interviewed R. Kelly, and he just cried, and she made him tell on himself. Whatever he said in that interview and the emotions, that's what they took off of. Y'all gotta pay it. That's what you do. All that, yeah, no, no, baby, you're doing it wrong. That's a lawsuit. We were taught when we did it, we were taught how to, like any interview on a job, you give eye contact. You ask questions and you ask those questions that they don't want to be asked. You ask them. That's what makes you a good interviewer and a good media person. Tia went and she said, you know what? I see what's going on. I'm going to use my media pass. I'm going to continue with this story because remind you, nobody else did. I didn't see nobody else but Tia. I didn't see nobody. And remember I said black media. Tia is black media. I didn't see nobody else. Yeah, get my likes up, please. I didn't see nobody else but Tia. So when Tia went and she went and did the research, made the phone calls like everybody else, yeah, that entails that. That entails that. So I'm going to keep going with the breakdown because I'm still doing some research and I still got some other things I'm working on. Danish deception. I don't know if we're going to continue Danish deception, y'all. As bad as I want to, there's some things that's transpiring right now that I want to get a topic on. And Danish deception gonna have to take the back seat. If y'all want to know what happened and what she did, I kind of do. But I'm not. I mean, I'm gonna say this. She is a pivot of when you ain't got when you oh God. It's no wrong if you live in the suburbs, but I've seen women who have degrees and stuff. They have a cultural of friends. She doesn't have that cultural of friends. And we see what happened. That's all I'm going to tell you. Okay, with Danish deception. We going to move on. We got other things to talk about. But I do want to let you guys know I am trying to cover the DR in Haiti story. I'm trying to get more information on how the little 3 boys in DR, and I'm trying to put this in a way that I won't be hated. I don't want no problems with the Haitian Dominican community. I don't. I love y'all. But how they saying they're trying to make it like this issue. because the little Haiti girl was over there, and they unalived the girl by drowning. They drowned her, 13. So I'm trying to get more information, and I want to put some history into it, but I don't want nobody to feel like, oh my God, that, and so I got to get some approval first. That's just me. But I can tell you this. I told y'all before, Haiti and DR are next to each other. DR has more land than Haiti, and they don't. And Haitians are part of the Afro-Latina diaspora. They call them that because they're next door. But I'm gonna tell you this: there's always been a little something going on between them. Now, the people that live and migrated and grew up that are Haitian Dominican in America and they get along, that's different here than it would be back at home. Okay? No shade. Trust me, I know. But we're going to cover that. I'm going to continue to cover this story now that we have new updates. I'm waiting on her court documents. I'm going to see if I can pull them tonight. But today, we have some mommy content. And if you are a new subscriber, I did give my disclaimer. Hello, welcome to my page. I talk everything from culture, political, media, things on here, and celebrity gossip. And I also give out political information that can help you in the state that we are in and what to do. Also, I talk about reality TV shows. We will be doing Potomac, Housewives of Atlanta, Housewives of Potomac, and Married to Medicine. So come on in. The tea is hot. We got some information with Candy, and all of y'all that are here, if you want to come back around 5:30, you're welcome to. You're welcome to. You're welcome to. Because baby, I want y'all to be real rested with a cup of tea. Hey, but I do talk about everything. So today, what we're going to talk about is the mommy content, and I'm roasting a pig. So if y'all want to come on over and get a taste of this pig, y'all are welcome. We're going to talk about Tamar Iman Shapur getting the accusations. We're going to talk about Monique in her issue with Cookie. What else I got on my thing? Because I want to tell y'all while we sitting here. Let me go to my thing. Hold on. My background gonna change, so give me a minute. Okay. This is not the right background, but this is what we talking about today. We are doing Funky Dineva, him and her going back and forth. We're gonna talk about the raccoon, and we're gonna talk about her doing cease and desist on people. And now it's coming together while she was mad. So we're gonna talk about that. So y'all want to come back at 5:30, you're welcome to. Somebody else I was supposed to talk about. Let me check my Instagram inbox. Oh, South Africans coming over to America. We don't know how long that's gonna last. I'm telling you now. And the ICE agent arresting a Navy SEAL. Oh, it gets because they don't know if he black or Latina. Oh, honey, bear with me. Y'all know how I feel about that. Oh, and Art Bar with the Diddy documentary. Yeah, y'all gonna be mad. And what's this big boy named Boss Lilo? My bad, y'all. With Diamond the Body. Okay, we got a lot at 5. This couldn't wait till it's lit last Saturday. Hell no. Cause we finna keep Romika going in the Holly trial. Once I get the the trial ain't set, but once I get the court documents today, we gonna keep that going. Cause it's in there. So y'all are welcome to come over. I will talk more about this tomorrow. It's gonna be an everyday thing with my crime story. And then if I get an update about the singer, we're gonna jump into that. So y'all, I want to thank y'all for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and end this and get myself prepared for 12:30. I know this is serious. I know this was a lot, but if you want to come with a little lighthearted fun, a lighthearted whatever, you're welcome. Come on in, come and enjoy, sit down, but always make sure to have you a cup of tea, a cocktail, or whatever, because it get real. I want to thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Stay warm. Stay out of trouble. Be great to others. Please, please be great to others. And one thing I want y'all to do, educate yourself on the laws in the state that you are and look over y'all new laws. Please, can y'all do that for me? Just look over them. Y'all new laws that have passed that were voted for in November, please look over them and look over what's going on with the climate so you can be protected. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next one. Bye.
Hey, Roman on 7 days, drop it like it's hot. If this world was mine, I'd take your dreams and make them multiply. If this world was mine, I'd take your enemies in front of God.